Final question. So do you still take like the proper dosage of steroids?
I hit him with everything. I lunge, jump, sucker punch this man.
This is your mom's favorite podcast. No Way, Jose, with Jose Canseco and Martin Montana.
You guys ready?
Born.
Ready.
Let's do this.
Always ready?
Always.
Ready, Jose?
You're making me nervous
I'm ready.
already.
No, how am I making you nervous? I'm ready to go. You know what? Let's do it. We're out of the gates. This is No Way, Jose, our very first podcast. What a better place to do it than Vegas. We're at Planet 13 Dispensary. We have a special guest. We haven't even done an episode. We already have a special guest. His name is Brandon Zimmer. He's from Planet 13.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for joining us, man.
Of course. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, tell us about this massive dispensary that we're sitting in. And it's more than a dispensary, but you know.
Yeah. So Planet 13 Superstore Complex and Entertainment. Entertainment comes with all of our different entertainment features. We have an LED interactive floor, a bunch of interactive technology. Where we're sitting in right now is actually 16,500 square feet. This alone is bigger than any other dispensary. And
Wait a minute, repeat that size again?
Yeah, right?
16,500 square feet.
People's size does matter. Don't let them fool you.
true.
This place is humongous.
Yep.
16,500 square feet.
So yeah, we're the biggest in the world. And across the way we have a Rickety Cricket Pizzeria and Per Coffee. So we have a little bit of everything.
Coffee, pizza, and then something. Wasn't there something about there's an event space?
Yeah, so we have an event space. We have to watch games, throw private events. We have over 24 craft beers, a full bar, and we also have the production facility where you're able to watch all edibles being made.
You get to watch edibles being made.
Yeah, it's like a Willy Wonka factory.
Can you imagine
That's kind of hard to do. It's like I'm watching all the incredible chocolates and food. I'm going to eat some of it.
I wonder, right, are there guys just with bloodshot eyes just drooling on on the glass?
People walk in and just are fascinated. Just have the biggest smile on their face. It's great.
So you manufacture, you make your own product too?
Yeah. So we have a few different brands. We have Dreamland chocolates, Haha gummies. So you're able to watch that being made behind the glass. You kind of watch all the workers, do what they do, and kind of specialize it, as well as our Planet M CBD.
And the CBD oils and everything else?
Yeah. So we have CBD oils, gummies, bombs, lotions, bath bombs. We got
bath
everything.
bombs.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Jose, how times have changed. I remember you would meet a guy at a Stop and Shop parking lot to buy weed, and now look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, you get entertained. I mean, he didn't tell you about when you first walk into this place. Literally, you know how people have a fish tank in their house, right?
Right.
Or I used to have a koi pond in my house.
Yeah.
When you first walk in, you get past the registry, I guess they call that. When you look down, there's literally the floor must be 25 feet long by 15 feet wide. And if you didn't know any better, if you came in here already stoned koi in the ground,
right,
which are electronic type video kois that you actually step on, and they move as you step on them. So can you imagine that? Not only do they have a monster facility, but the entertainment here, and it's all brand new. When you first walk in, you're like, wow, state of the art, extremely clean. The security is ridiculously awesome. You forgot to mention that.
Yep.
And so tell us about that. The first time I came in here, that little robot that you have roaming around.
Yeah.
What's that about?
So we have this interactive robot where you actually can go up to it and say, take me to the flower. And I'll just walk you right over to all of our flower options. You take me to the edibles. I'll take you to all the edible options. But yeah, kind of like what Jose said.
Find me a girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Find me love. And it just sits there.
Why am I so lonely, robot?
Yeah. Can't help me with that.
Can't help me with that.
No.
And
So
what
wait,
about
that's
the
crazy.
little show you guys have up here?
Yeah.
We saw a little show.
Oh, yeah.
And what is that about?
So that's our aerial orb show.
The area.
Yeah,
This is
aerial
amazing.
orb show. So kind of what Jose mentioned. So we have our LED interactive floor as soon as you walk in. A few different settings. Looks like you're standing over a pond. We have our aerial orb show that goes on every hour on the hour, which is about 5 drones that are synchronized by music and color that just fly over the dispensary floor. On our roof, we have these.
By the way,
LED
all
floors.
of these ideas, everything in here makes complete sense if you were high to think about these kinds of. He's talking about synchronized drones.
Yes.
Like, how would you come up with that idea? High. That's the only way. You'd say we needed like a 40-foot LED floor, man, and then they did it, and it's the coolest. It is. It's that.
It's cool.
Is this Disneyland?
For adults,
I
it
think
is.
this
adults,
is adult
adults it is.
Disneyland, people.
Yeah.
So come on out and check it out.
This place is cool, man.
You'll be
Yeah,
in
it
shock. It's cool. I've been to other dispensaries with my friends, of course, and it's nothing.
You're still pulling that
compared to
line
this.
for my friends?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nothing compared to this. This is like, number one, it's extremely entertaining. It's brand new. It's massive. You get a damn drones. You get a robot to deal with it. You can talk to. If you're lonely, come in, talk to the robot. He'll educate you on the dispensary, what products they have.
Yep.
But tell us more about you guys, about the CBD oil you guys have.
Yeah, so
Curious about that.
Planet M CBD is all premium, all natural CBD. We have our tinctures, like I mentioned, our bath
Right.
bombs. So helps with muscle inflammation, anxiety, stress, sleeping. Pretty much, it's not the cure, but damn near close to it.
It's legit,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you're able to order it on planetmcbd.com. You actually have a discount code.
Tell them about that discount code.
Jose
People want to
20.
hear discount.
Jose, that's right. You got to use that code.
Yep, Jose 20 for about 20% off, and you'll be able to ship all through nationwide.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
So
So,
it's
what's
exci-
next with this whole space?
So we actually have a Cannabition, about 20,000 square foot Cannabition museum. It's going to be
A museum?
full interaction
So good.
cannabis
So good.
museum, like the world's biggest bongs. There's a bunch of different.
How big is? All right, hold on. How big is the world's biggest bong?
From what I hear, and don't quote me on this, I hear it's about 75 feet.
And it's functional.
I don't think it's functional. I don't think.
Oh,
that-
I was gonna say,
yeah,
wait
I
a
don't think you
minute.
can go there and start just lighting it up there.
No,
but,
wait
right.
a minute.
Yeah.
Like the chamber's like this
Yeah,
big.
yeah,
no, no,
exactly.
no.
Blowtorch.
You need a whole team to light
Right.
it. But so
No.
we have that, and then we also have space designed for our consumption lounge and nightclub once that gets legalized here.
Nightclub.
Yeah.
Wait. Tell us about the nightclub. I'm interested in that. So how does
Yeah.
that work?
So what they're planning on doing, is they're going to try to put a little pool in there, kind of like a knee-deep pool. You're able to swim and
Jesus.
dance in. Kind of gives you that whole Vegas feel.
Yeah.
A little off-the-strip fun.
That's really
Yeah,
cool.
no, it's gonna be exciting. Obviously, going through some waiting periods with the state
Sure,
and
sure,
the
sure.
consumption, but once that gets passed and go, then Planet 13 will be the spot.
Then it's on.
And it's on.
And
I
how long
love
have you
this
even been
place.
open? This place is crazy.
Been about a year, November 1st, 2018.
Just a year.
Yeah, just a
Yeah.
year, and we already
Wow.
just finished phase 2, the pizzeria, coffee shop, and production facility, and phase 3 is the museum and club.
Great. That's great. Well,
Yeah.
thanks for having us for the podcast, man.
Yeah,
this
no,
is,
my
this is
pleasure.
unbelievable.
So Rickety Cricket. So we just ate some pizza. There's the Bistro Pizzeria.
Yep.
People, the pizza's amazing. The food is amazing.
Yeah.
I just met the chef, I think, and he brought us over. I guess he came in second in the world in
Yeah.
some pasta that she made.
Yeah.
Was just amazing. And I almost didn't make this podcast because I
Yeah.
was in there eating his pizza and the pasta he brought out. Check that place out. It's awesome. So, I mean, I don't know. What does this place need? I don't think it needs
It's-
anything else.
it's,
What?
it's massive.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, if you get that license and you make a nightclub too,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
already a huge thing. But that's like
The icing on top.
that's that's like
absolutely.
Vegas.
Yeah, I think-
icing on the cake.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any. Do you have ATMs in here?
Yeah, they're all
Oh my God, I missed the ATMs.
Yep.
I'm sure. Hey, ATMs, everything. Oh my God, it's like.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Anything and everything you can think of that's pretty much here.
That's
You sure?
great.
Yeah.
Everything.
Not
Oh,
yet.
no.
Not yet.
They're
not
working
yet.
on everything.
Yeah, we're
people.
working on that. Yeah.
That'll be a separate room in the spot for that. Yeah.
And by the way, we did take a walk around about a month ago, I think it was, maybe a little. And even then, this Rickety Cricket wasn't
No.
100% going. So each day, it looks like, or each couple of weeks, they're opening something up. They're
Yeah.
expanding.
Yeah.
But when we took the walk around the first time, this place is so huge, it's never ending. And I can just imagine when it's fully done, what it's going to look like, because they've already advanced quite a bit. What do you have left? Maybe another 10,000 square feet or less? You got to
No,
finish.
no. So we have
Much less.
about 50,000 square feet actually.
50
Total of
50,000.
50,000 square
what
feet.
we have now is about 75,000 square feet. That's
Wait,
everything
it's
included.
gone up to hey, this is never ending. Now it's gone up to 75,000 square feet.
So the whole complex is about 75,000 square feet. The dispensary floor where we're sitting in now is about 16,500. We have another 40,000 square feet that has not been built in.
Hasn't even been built.
Which is going to be the museum and the club.
And the club.
So
Yep.
they're buying the rest of Vegas.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically,
Yeah.
you can just walk outside your house and walk over to
Yep.
this
They're
dispensary.
gonna
It's
they're gonna
be
keep
so
building
big.
till like they're touching a hotel on the strip. You know?
Or a monorail system. You
Yeah.
could build a monorail system just to
Who
take
knows?
you. Hey,
Yeah, maybe you could sleep here. Stay
Why
here.
not?
for
Stay
a hotel.
here.
Exactly.
That's
take a
cool.
nap here.
Well, thanks, Brandon.
Yeah,
thanks
I appreciate
for
it, guys.
joining the podcast, man, and thanks for having us here. This place is cool.
Awesome.
Absolutely, I appreciate it, guys. If
And
you guys need anything else, let me know.
And guys, we're just sitting here and watching people go through registration, security. This place is very, very high tech.
Yeah,
it's not
it's high
like
end.
what you're used to. It's
Yeah,
very
it's cool.
high end, very high tech, very high class. The people here are amazingly. They're very informative. And as for the Android robot, I kind of see in the future you guys just blowing this place up, doing amazing, and having maybe real Android robots that look human, especially hot girls walking around.
Okay, Jose.
Well, that's my
That's his
wish.
dream.
That's my dream.
That's his dream.
I second his
dream.
dream.
Yeah,
It's a good
so
dream.
do
I
I.
actually kind of like it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is cool, man. So yeah, we look forward to being back, man. This is
Absolutely.
great.
Appreciate it, guys.
This is
Thank
great.
you so
Thanks for
much.
hanging
Great
out.
Have
Cool.
a
Have a good one.
So come check it out if you're in Vegas. That was Brandon Zimmer, marketing guru over here. But this is the spot, man. I know it sounded like we were doing like an infomercial
Dude,
for
this
the
is-
place.
no,
but it was that's like legit. Like I'm super impressed
And the
with
thing
this
is,
place, and
the
I
thing
too have
is-
been to many dispensaries. I will say that.
Mr. Dispensary. But the thing is, listen, come in and check it out because it's more than what we're even talking about. You couldn't imagine how big this place is.
No, yeah, it's hard to like explain.
It's free. I've never been to anything like this. And
Yeah.
you think about
Exactly.
the places I've been. Wow.
Right.
So
It's
yeah,
unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. Come check it out.
We had quite a little night last night. We played.
Yeah,
Okay.
hey, you're a pretty good ping pong player.
I'm not that good. I'm okay.
I think you're good.
I'm reasonable.
I think you're a
I'm
good
reasonable.
ping pong player. You abandoned us there for a second
But let me
and
say,
brought in some.
I want to ask you. I know. Well, let's explain what we're talking about.
Okay.
So we're at this charity event last night, but it was literally a ping pong tournament.
ping pong palooza.
Ping pong palooza.
Okay.
And so when I hear that, and I'm like a ping pong tournament, that sounds.
At a strip club.
That's where I'm going. Like
Yeah.
then
that's
it's
where
like
we ended up.
a ping pong thing. Originally, I'm like, do people really do that? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, they do. I'm like, yeah, they do that. But then I'm like, well, where are we doing it? And you're like, oh, Sapphire's strip club in Vegas. And I'm like, hold on. I thought it was a joke. I was like, is this real? And not only was it real, it was like in a private giant facility with tables and those other teams that were really good at ping pong.
It was, when Morgan, my super manager, brought it up.
That's correct.
I thought it was a joke too.
Okay.
I didn't understand what she meant. What is it? A charity golf tournament? Is it a charity bowling tournament? Is
Right.
it a charity poker tournament?
Right.
I've
Right.
never done a charity ping pong palooza. Nonetheless, in a strip club.
And
Sapphire.
right.
So imagine that kind of combination. But of course, when we walked in, they had it set up pretty good.
They had it set up really
yeah,
good.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5, 4 tables.
Right.
And you register, you pay a certain amount for the charity, and
They
then-
raised a lot of money. For
and
the
they raised a
charity.
lot of money.
See,
They
it was.
put
I
you in
mean,
brackets.
that was cool. It was cool. It was very cool.
It was a four team type combination. We have
Four players a team.
4 players
Yeah,
per team.
you rotate every point or two, depending on if you win.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting in the very beginning, but we had a great time. I got to go up on stage with almost all of the.
I think we have. I think
How do I call them? Do I call them exotic
dancers.
strippers?
no, not you.
What do I call them?
You have some respect. You call you call them
Hookers.
exotic. No, you don't. You call them exotic dancers,
Okay.
entertainers.
Okay, so they're exotic dancers,
Exotic
entertainers.
dancers. Yeah.
Goddamn strippers. Come on.
So there was. I think we got a picture of it where they called you up in
Right.
the very beginning. They call Jose up, and then they're like, "We want this giant picture with him and all the dancers." And Jose, like, has his arms like tucked against his body with like, say, 10 girls on each side.
I
Like
hadn't
he was
done
so
that in probably 20
he
years,
was so
25 years.
nervous.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, the look on your face and your arms were like so like you were so nervous that when they were like near you, touching you. Is it because Morgan
Like a
was there in
virgin
the audience?
I was nervous like a virgin in prison.
Is that
Of course, Morgan was there, but you know what? Maybe I used to do that a lot.
Were you a
20,
big
25.
strip club guy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, my prime when I played baseball.
When you're on the road?
Oh yeah, on the road.
Yeah.
All the players, we
Yeah.
basically take about 10,000 in cash.
Really?
And we go on the road, and we know where our favorite strip clubs were. A lot of the guys, as soon as we land, we'd basically go to the hotel, drop off our bags, and take off to a strip club.
Go
and of
right
course,
there.
the girls would be waiting for us there.
Right.
And we would have I can't tell you in detail, but it was a great time. a lot of fun. And
Yeah,
thank
no,
God,
it sounds awful to show up with a bankroll of
Yeah.
$10,000.
Yeah,
Like, wow, that
but-
sounds like a miserable time, right?
Thank God that was years upon years. Like I said, 20 some odd years ago.
Years
my
ago.
prime.
So,
That was
anyways,
a lifetime ago.
you made your, I guess, call it comeback there last night, and to play ping pong. Man, how times have changed. And I got to say, like, you play ping pong though. Like, you kind of knew like what you're doing, which makes me think, like, did you grow up with a ping pong table in your house?
Well, as baseball players in the locker room, whether it be home or away, there was
You always-
always a ping pong table there.
Ah.
For some apparent
See?
reason, I guess
knew it.
baseball players love ping pong. I guess it's good for the hand-eye coordination. But we've never really played with those rubber paddles.
Right.
I used the hard sandpaper paddle, so I wasn't used to it. I hadn't picked up a ping pong, a paddle in such a long time. And I'll tell you, like you saw, the first game was easy.
Right.
And then the second game, we ran into a couple.
Buzzsaw.
Yeah, it was a buzzsaw. I think we scored 2 points. I think Morgan scored all the
Morgan
points,
scored the only points
and
on our
then
team.
they destroyed us.
And we got crushed.
Then we're trying to go home. The next game we won.
Yep.
And
That's
then-
when I subbed out. I let the
Yeah,
guy from the
you-
car wash play.
You left us there all by ourselves.
No, I didn't do that. I was a nice gesture.
You.
No.
It was a nice gesture, but you
Thank
know
you.
what? The guy who came into play for you basically played like
Who's
gunk.
gonna? He's gonna be listening to this.
Oh well, you're
knows
a
what
much
he did,
better
though.
player than he is.
He
He
knows
tried
what he
his
did.
best, but
It didn't work.
it didn't work.
I
And I
know.
think we lost. The last one, I think we're up by 2, and then
And then
we
lost.
gave up 2 and lost it.
And then
darn it.
lost.
And then we got to go home. But you know what? It was a lot
was
of fun.
fun.
Great time for a great charity.
But it was just wild to me that like it was people were like there. Some people were there to really win and play ping pong.
People were there to really win and play ping pong. And some of the people had even mentioned that they had the practice for the whole entire year to win this. So it was a big event to them. Nonetheless, it was kind of distracting because there were girls walking around topless, basically G-strings up their crack, the exotic dancers, whatever you want to call them.
Right.
So it was distracting. It was entertaining. It was fun. It was great for the charity. You guys played pretty good ping pong.
We played all right. Yeah.
Yeah, we did all right.
We did all right.
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah. It was good. I mean, it was good. It was nothing like I expected. I didn't know what to expect, but it was good. I got to say overall, like I was like that was pretty fun, and I was shocked that there really were professionals there. You think you're better at
There
ping
were a lot of professionals.
You think you're
there.
better
They
at ping
were
pong?
all professional.
They were all pros. Oh, they were all.
Get it?
I see what
They
you
were
did.
all pros.
You think you're better at ping pong or bowling?
I think I'm much better at bowling. To be honest with you, I used to sponsor a bowler.
You did?
I used to sponsor a bowler.
How does that even work?
Well,
What do you mean you
basically you
sponsor
pay
a
his
bowler?
fee, and whatever money he wins,
You pay for his
you pay
wrist
for-
guard and his bowling
You
bag.
pay for his bowling balls. You pay for his traveling. You pay for his hotel. You pay for his entrance fees. And then if he wins,
You get a cut.
You split the amount, right? You do a 50-50 cut. You split the amount.
Okay, hold on. Back up.
Yeah.
Back up.
But he didn't win anything. 'Cause I was actually a better bowler than he was.
When? What year? What year was this? When
Oh
did you
my
do
God!
This?
This must have been in the 90s.
And how? Give me the like how and why. Why did you decide you wanted to do this? And how did you find the person you were going to sponsor?
During the off season, I used to bowl a lot with my brother and my friends. So I was an avid bowler. As of right now, I own about 8 bowling balls. I'm
You do?
sponsored by Brunswick.
You're
so, yeah, so that's how big of a bowler in the industry.
Who?
And I'm actually
Who's sitting around and then randomly goes, "I'm sponsored by Brunswick."
I know. So once I got into it, everybody wants to throw equipment at you. They
Sure,
want you to
yeah,
use
yeah.
Their bowling ball,
Right.
their shoes. So
Right.
when you enter like a charity tournament or something like that,
Right.
you're using their product. So that's
Right.
what we really did. So now I'm bowling in Miami, in Florida. I think it was called Miami Lanes or something. And I'm bowling, and we start bowling with each other gentlemen, and one guy's bowling really good. And I go, wow, is he a pro bowler? He goes, yeah, he's a pro bowler. He's in the circuit for a while, but he's looking for a sponsor.
So to be a pro bowler, look, what does that guy bowl? 300's the perfect game.
Probably got to average today, probably a 220, 225.
Was that guy doing that?
No.
No.
But he was kind of close, but he wasn't averaging a 220. But he was kind of up there. I mean, if you average a 220, 225, that's pretty good.
So
But,
so he was pro.
Okay, I feel sorry for him.
Yeah,
I felt
there
bad
it
for him.
was.
He didn't have any
I'm like,
money.
this story doesn't make any
Poor
sense.
guy had a lot of money. I was into bowling. I took him under my wing. We kind of talked. And I said, okay, I'm going to sponsor you.
Because you made that guy's like I don't want to say his life, but you made at least 5 years of his life. He didn't know.
Yeah.
By the way, he didn't know going to Bowl-A-Rama in Tamiami, Florida, that he was going to leave that night and be sponsored by Jose Canseco to be a bowler.
Yeah, I think If he would have never
know what I'm
met me, I think he
saying?
was going to commit suicide.
Oh, boy,
I
that's-
think he
that's
needed
dark.
a sponsor that bad, so I kind of
That's dark.
saved his life.
You're taking a lot of
Sponsored
credit
him.
there, Jose.
I sponsored him.
That's pretty crazy, man.
Yeah. So now he goes from, of course, not having a sponsor, having a full sponsor, and telling everybody, "Oh my God, Jose
I'm sponsored by
Canseco
Jose. So does
sponsored
that mean
me."
like you're on his shirt, or you didn't want that?
No, I don't
You don't need that.
because I wasn't a company or
Yeah.
selling a product. I was just sponsored. So now he's telling everybody, "Oh my God, Jose Canseco sponsor me, get to enter all these tournaments." And what happens?
He doesn't win anything.
No. Not only does he not win, I out-bowl him, and not only that,
This poor guy.
he's telling all his friends. Now I got all these other professional bowlers coming up to me and wanting me to sponsor them.
Yeah, because you're the bankroll now. They're looking
so
at
now,
you.
So
yeah.
now, right, I'm the bankroll now. They're all looking at him like, "Oh, he's got the money. Let him." And I'm like, "No,
No.
I think I'm out of the industry because if I can out bowl, I won't even mention the guy's name. It's
Don't
kind of
mention
bad.
his name.
If I can,
Or maybe
out-bowl
do.
him-
No, no.
If I can out bowl him, and you're on the pro tour, I'm done with this. So it ended there.
Okay, so, but when this guy was traveling, right? This is what I don't understand. You say I'm a pro bowler. This guy didn't win. He didn't make any money, but he qualifies to get on this tour, I guess.
Right.
How many times, how many events is he doing in the course of a year? Like, how many chances does he have to win money?
Well, there's many tours. There's many levels.
It's like golf. There's like the secondary tours and all.
Yeah, there's many entry fees. You
Interesting.
could do so much, and each tour kind of graduates you to another tour where there's more money. So you have to kind of like qualify one tour.
And is it like you can top 3 place in the money kind of thing, or is it like winner takes all?
No, you can. I think some tours are top 5, top 7. Some tours pay 8, depending on how many entrances there are.
So it's not like he had to win it. He just needed to place in the money.
He never
and he couldn't
even
do that.
placed. I got suckered.
So
I
when
got
did you?
abused.
So tell me about the conversation when you like fire him. Like, do you remember that? Did you have to do that?
I kind of just called him. He kind of called me a few times. And every time listen, I'm out of the bowling industry. I'm not going to bowl. I didn't say how bad he was.
Right.
I kind of like didn't burst his ego.
I'm pretty sure he knew that he wasn't
pretty sure-
killing it,
I'm pretty sure he figured it out.
considering his winnings were 0.
What is that? His average dropped to like 190. My average was like 210 back then. So
Yeah.
I think I think you figure it out. I sponsored him for a year. When you don't qualify for certain events, when you don't make any money, when
Right.
your average drops below the 100 top players in the world,
For sure.
I think you figure out my sponsorship is over.
It's over
And,
for me.
It was over.
It was over. Yeah.
So
That's
that's
crazy.
my bowling history on
But
sponsorship.
you even got into it. The fact you even got into it is hilarious to me. Yeah. So, but while we were setting up the podcast, the World Series was happening. And I remember being at your house when you called, I think it was 2-1
2-0,
Washington, and you called it Houston in 7. But they went 7.
But they went 7, and Houston couldn't pull it out. That would have been an awesome call.
That would have been a pretty good call.
Yeah.
What did you think about the series? Did you watch it?
You know, I watched some of it. It's funny because even though I played baseball for a long time, 17 years in the majors, I can't sit there and watch sports.
Do
see,
you
I'm
get
very
antsy?
active.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very active. I'm
Yeah.
very physical. I'd rather be out there playing golf,
Yeah.
working out, doing some activity.
Playing ping pong.
Playing ping pong in a strip club that requires motion.
Right.
So I know I'm not that couch potato type of
To
individual
sit and watch.
that can sit. And
What about as a fan in the stands? Do you enjoy like being at a game in a stadium, or is that even weird? Because unless you're like hidden away, it's too much attention.
I have only seen in my whole entire life from the stands 2 Major League Baseball games,
Just 2.
just 2, and I never
Wow.
stayed for the whole game.
Really?
So
Same problem. You're just
Yeah,
too
just-
like I want to be down there.
Yeah, I mean I enjoyed it, but I can see where some people say, you know, baseball can be monotonous, could be boring, but they really got to be into it. I don't know. I'm just because maybe I played it for so long.
Yeah, that's
maybe
part
I
of
was
it.
active in it for so long. Seeing another game, and it also, to be honest, it brings back memories.
Yeah.
You want to go out there, you want to play.
See, I would
That's-
see it being more that, like you're like,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, you're like, I just want to be down there and involved in the game. Whether even, would you ever think like coaching wise, does it itch you like that, or is it more just the playing?
No, it's more playing. I would love to coach in the future
Yeah.
at the major league level, but right now it's more the playing, the action. I mean, I see a kid strike out 3 times. I'm thinking, oh my God, I could have done better than him. But then I realized, shit, I'm 55 years old. Maybe
Right.
not. I can't see 10 feet in front of my face. I need glasses
Right.
to read. So what the hell am I talking
Yeah,
about?
why
Well, wait
am
a
I
minute.
being so cocky?
Let me bring myself back to earth here. But,
All right. So I read something that said the oldest current player on Major League roster right now is 42.
Jeez.
So let me ask you, how long? Let's say the way things ended up for you, like you weren't really blackballed, and people were like, "Yeah, no, we'll hire you based on talent alone." How long you think you could have played for in the majors? Realistically,
at least till 42.
And you stopped at what,
37? I was out of the game. Yeah, I figure at least till 42. I think physically, I was still extremely strong. But here's the key. So you have to be more specific. Is it till 42 still using PEDs or without PEDs? If I could use PEDs, I could have played till 50.
Right. Okay. So with PEDs 50, you're talking about if you were forced to stop.
PEDs
42.
probably 42.
42.
So I think the PEDs would have.
And is this strictly DHing, or would you be in the field?
Oh, DH.
Just
There's no
DH.
way.
Yeah.
people don't know this about me. I was drafted as a third baseman.
That's right. Yeah.
I used to hate to play outfield. The reason why they stuck me in the outfield because when I went to a structural league in '84, I think it was, they told me, Jose, you better go to the outfield because our number one draft choice, Tim Pisnarski, is our future third baseman.
Gotcha.
So they stuck me in the outfield. I used to be horrified of playing outfield. I used to hate playing outfield.
And you never, so even after you obviously cracked through and you're playing well from the go, really, you never got a chance to be like, all right, well, now put me back at third?
No, never got a chance. They liked me in the outfield because of my arm and my speed.
Yeah.
And I kind of adapted out there. I would switch between left field, right field, back and forth, but I never feel comfortable. Hence, the ball that hit off my head, which is the number one blooper in history.
That's right.
Nobody's going to beat that blooper,
right.
people. Number one blooper,
It is number
and
one,
I'm proud of it.
Yeah, he should be. He should be.
Because if you really think about it, what does it take to do something like that? Incredible hand-eye coordination, incredible athletic timing, physicality, height, because the ball bounced over a wall that's 10 feet tall.
Okay.
So you would have to be at least 6'4".
So you spun that to take credit for your athleticism?
Did it on purpose.
Okay, got it.
To do, when I was in the major league.
I don't believe a word you're saying, but go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
If you would have put me on a polygraph, that thing would go right off the Richter scale and blow up.
That's the guy. Yeah, the guy marking it goes, okay.
I either have to say that excuse or say it was my twin brother Ozzy. He
true.
played for me that day because I felt sick.
You didn't feel good.
And I didn't feel good, and he played outfield for me. And look what happened.
Yeah. Do you follow like the off-season changes of like managers or players now?
I don't. What I follow is the salary structure.
You do? You do follow that?
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about contracts.
Let's talk about contracts, who's worth it, who's not. Obviously now we're seeing Trout, the first $40 million plus dollar contract per year. Let me tell you something.
Well, what do you feel about the Bryce? I want to know what you feel about the Bryce Harper contract. Yeah, that's...
Okay, well, Bryce Harper, you're talking about Machado and Harper. If you look at their years historically, this year they had average years.
Yeah.
They're not... I think a lot of times players... They're at the right time, at the right place to get paid the big money. And that's what happened
That's what happens, yeah.
Trout, he's a superstar.
He's
the best player in the world, rated number one. MVP again this year, almost unanimous, close to it. But
if you're the Phillies, do you give that length of a contract to Bryce Harper? Forget the average annual, because I understand that. That's the market. But do you give that, like, what was it, 13 years or something? What was the length of it? It was something crazy?
You probably have to because of his age.
You do.
I think it's 24, 25. So you'll cover him 35, 38. But we don't know if it's part deferred. We don't know if there's out clauses. We have no idea what really the internal part of that contract really looks like.
Yeah.
We just see two numbers, years and amount.
Years in total, yeah.
So we don't know anything else. But, again, Bryce Harper's a draw.
He's a big draw.
He's a left-hand power hitter. He's a leader. He's young. He's a proven player. So players that command that kind of money have to have what? Drawing power. He's got it. Have to be young, physical, hit for power, play a premium position. And he kind of does it all. He does. He kind of brings a new look to the Phillies, to be honest with you.
He does, yeah.
He does. So they're kind of wanting something different, something to keep the fan base there, or to accelerate the fan base, or bring out younger players. Who knows? But I think for the Phillies, it was a good deal. And I think for Harper, it was a good deal because it matched perfect.
For sure, yeah. And he doesn't worry about the back end of the career. It's like,
right. So he's basically done there.
Yeah.
Unless there's some trade issues, some trade clauses later on, but that's yet to be seen.
I mean, what do you like in your time playing, right? How many times did you have to like legitimately like negotiate your own contracts, or have you know
every year almost?
Every year.
Are you kidding? My first year I had 3,900 Rookie of the Year. My contract was renewed. My second year again. Back then, it's totally different than it is today.
Right.
Today, you do 3,900 for 3 years, you're guaranteed $300 million.
Yeah, all of
Back
it.
then, you do 3,900, you might get renewed. It was a totally different structure. You look at the contract structures. You know, free agency is the same, but major league minimum back then was 60,000. Today, it's over $500,000.
Right.
So inflation doesn't really play into this equation here.
Yeah.
Highest paid players in the world back then were $4 million, $5 million. Today it's $40 million. A utility player today makes double what the best player in the world make back then in my era.
Yeah.
So
well, no,
it's out of control.
It's skyrocketing.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know how Major League Baseball can afford it, but then again, I think about it, it's a business. And there's a handful of players that command that type of money because they're being used. For example, Trout. Okay, Trout is the face of the Angels. Period. There's nobody else.
Nobody
it's just
else.
Trout and nobody else. As a matter of fact, in Major League Baseball alone, it's basically just Trout, and nobody else.
Right.
So they did great to lock him in for that $419 million.
Wow. That's
wow,
crazy.
people, you know how much money that is? That's crazy. But also, we don't know if Trout gave the Angels ownership of licensing. So yeah, they might be paying Trout $40+ million a year.
But that would be huge.
But in licensing, T-shirts, baseballs, jerseys,
That's
bats,
a lot.
whatever you want to brand with his face and name on it, you don't know how much they're making there.
That's a lot.
So it could pan out great for them. But like I said, there's a handful of players, perfect timing, right place, right time.
For sure.
Are going to command that kind
Well,
of
look,
money.
I mean, granted, there's the big market teams, small market teams. I get all that, but from an outsider watching from afar, right? I never understood this idea of like, teams saying like, oh, it's so, we're bankrupt and all this. I'm like, well, you're all in business, so you wouldn't be in a business if you truly were just in a sinking ship. Like, so obviously, right? You can sell merchandise. You can sell like. These owners wouldn't do it just to be like, let me take a $300 million loss a year. You know what I mean? Because how they all cry like, oh, we have no money and we're maxed out with these salaries. I'm like, nah, don't buy it. I don't buy it.
You can't buy it.
I don't buy
it. Nobody buys it because, of course, businesses, and let me tell you, baseball is almost becoming a $1 trillion industry, and it will get there.
Yeah, wow.
With new TV packages, with the fan base, they're exploding. They're expanding. To me, the best sport in the world. It's not per individual, per player, the highest paying sport, because I think in basketball, you get guys that are making the 40 million plus outside the 100 million in endorsements, which I don't think baseball.
The endorsements aren't the same.
No,
yeah.
I don't think
that's for sure. Yeah,
exactly are the same. So when you talk about maybe an individual highest paid athlete, I think you're talking about basketball.
Yeah.
Like a LeBron James makes $40 million a year, but an endorsement outside he makes another $140 million. I heard.
I believe it. Well, even Gronkowski was
even
banking his salary and living on endorsement money. That was like
when you look at the first now billion-dollar athlete, it's going to be LeBron James.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I don't know of any other athlete who has made, and he still has playing time behind him.
He does.
Years.
He's in the back, but he's got years.
He's got years. 4
years.
maybe if he stays physical.
Yeah.
He's going to make over $1 billion.
Yeah.
In basketball. So, but I mean, baseball is just amazing. The sport's growing. They're building new billion-dollar facilities. Who needs one now? I'm talking about the Oakland A's moving now. So.
Yeah. Where do you think the A's are going to end up? So you got the Raiders coming to Vegas.
I heard Vegas.
You heard it might. I mean, it would kind of fit.
But I think they're going to need a dome. So when you talk about a high-tech dome, and I think the Oakland A's, about time they catch up to everyone else.
Yeah.
You remember the Sky Dome?
Sure.
Back then in 91. Oh my God, the Sky Dome.
Yeah.
High-tech. Wow. Now they're going to tear it down.
Right.
They're going to say, we don't need this little piece of junk anymore.
Yeah. They're going to have Joe Carter come out and help tear it down.
And that was a marvel of technology. So now you're looking at, consider a dome to make it proper, $1 billion.
Right.
Where are they getting that money from? Not you and me, because
No,
we don't have that.
we don't have it,
imagine
yeah.
that the game has so much money. It's crazy.
What was it? What was the like over your career? What was the endorsement area like? Meaning today it's out of control.
Terrible. I mean,
What was the? Was the dollars even like? Could it come near your salary where you could make an endorsement? No.
not even, to put an example. So I'm rookie of the year, and obviously later on I'm MVP 40-40, ranked the best player in the world for a short period of time. So one endorsement I get after being the rookie of the year is for California Eggs.
California eggs.
And what they gave me from that endorsement was 3 Corvettes. Back then, each Corvette's worth $30,000.
Okay.
So $90,000. Now I become MVP 40-40, the whole combination.
Wait, hold on.
And
So
then-
back up. Did you want Corvettes, or that's how they offered
That
to
was
pay
my
you?
favorite car, and they didn't know about it. So they paid
So
me
you
with
said,
3 Corvettes.
Give me 3 Corvettes, or you said, I want
I
cars.
kind of mentioned it, and they kind of surprised me. Delivered 3 Corvettes to my house one day. 3
Nice.
brand new
All
Corvettes.
stolen. They said you're gonna need new plates, and they left.
With no tires.
Yeah.
But that was my dream car back then, was Corvette.
So they gave you 3. Why 3? Because you're just why not,
Because
right?
they figured one for me,
I guess
one
you-
for my wife at the time, and one for
I guess
a buddy of
yeah.
mine.
You go. Why not? Why not 3?
Why not? Why not?
All right. So you got 3 Corvettes, and then it's deal's done. That's it. Where you got to film a couple commercials
And
for them
then,
or something?
yeah, just did one commercial where it shows me eating an egg or something. California eggs are great. Yeah, it's like a 60-second spot.
Eating an
It was kind of corny. Maybe later on we can bring it up and find it.
Fine.
in the
I want to
archive.
find that.
Yeah, eat California eggs.
Were you like a
I'm eating
hard-boiled
an
egg, or you eating like scrambled
It
eggs?
was. I think it was a hard. It was.
Yeah,
it was
sounds-
so weird.
And of course, the best part about those like cheesy endorsements is like, and they have you in like full Oakland A's uniform, to eat like a hard-boiled egg. It makes 0 sense.
I wasn't even in an Oakland A's uniform.
What were you wearing? Oh, because you couldn't do it?
Yeah, just a plain white shirt. Whatever.
For
So they figured
trademark.
people would know who you were. So
That's
then
hilarious.
I go through my 40-40 season, MVP, unanimous, whatever, Mr. 40-40. And the endorsements are minimal. Basically,
Yeah.
back then, they were just appearances, signing autographs, card
That's it.
appearances, speaking engagements. That's it. Baseball is way far behind when it comes to endorsements like basketball. Because think about it. One of the biggest products that you can use are tennis shoes, all kind of shoes.
Right.
And cleats don't transcend to people using those shoes every day on everyday surfaces.
Correct.
But basketball shoes do.
You'd stand out if you were wearing cleats right now in the dispensary. I gotta say
I'd
that.
be clicking around,
It'd be a little
falling on my
awkward.
ass, falling down,
Jose,
making a foot.
you're gonna start Jose Canseco's wear anywhere cleats.
You can't. No,
You can't.
It's limited.
Yeah, well, right. So the shoes is part of it. I mean, the thing with basketball too is, you only have 5 starting players, and if there's 2 superstars in your lineup,
Right.
that's the face of the team is 2 guys. Granted, it translates to baseball. Every team has a face, but I wonder about the other guys. Like, how do they get endorsements?
I don't know.
They're still making a
golf-
great.
well,
They're still making a great living.
I mean, you're still making. No matter how you cut it, you're still making a great living.
What's up, brother? Yeah, come on in.
Come on in, shit.
We got a special guest dropping in from Planet 13. What's up, brother? What's your name?
Jeff.
This is Jeff.
Come on closer, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff. We're gonna share my mic here.
Cool.
You gonna talk to
What's up, Jeff? Where are you from?
So I'm from LA.
Oh, you live in LA?
Los Angeles.
What are you doing out here in Vegas?
I'm actually teaching. I'm a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh, hello.
Whoa,
Wait.
Whoa.
That's why I'm here to meet Jose.
Whoa. Okay, so you're a black belt,
Yeah.
but you're in a dispensary.
Yeah.
How does that add up?
All right. So let me
Just talking about
let me give you
Explain
the
that to us.
Yeah.
let me give you the story. So
Okay.
my brother, he was born in '85. I was born in '89. When I was born, you were the man, So
Right.
so he had all
He
the shirts.
were. You hear? You really hit the word.
So he had all the Canseco shirts,
Yeah.
wristbands, and then I was into baseball. I actually grew up playing with Giancarlo Stanton
Okay.
in Little League. But anyways, so
Name drop. You just name drop.
yeah, always like my
He's
brother
a
was
stud.
into Canseco. Like
Yeah, hell yeah.
he's the man. He's the man. He's the man. And then a funny story is he's 35 now. I'm
Okay.
30. But a couple years ago, we went to the LA Fit Expo.
Yeah.
And then he saw Canseco walking around. He was like, you were kind of trying to be low key.
I was hiding, yeah.
And then he went up whoa, it's Canseco. He was starstruck. And then he went up to get a picture. And then Canseco was like, you have 5 seconds to get this picture.
Yeah.
And then, it wasn't the most like nicest gesture, but it made like my brother's weird, so it made him like him even more. Like, dude, Canseco's like mean to me, you know?
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Did I sign his autograph?
No,
No, come on.
No.
You took
You took a picture. You took a picture.
okay,
Gave him a picture.
Yeah.
Within 5 seconds.
He's a huge Canseco fan.
So now you're gonna, are you gonna? Did you tell him already that?
So I was
Canseco's
teaching
here?
this. It was weird. I was teaching this weekend in Vegas. I just flew out here for the weekend, and then he was telling me like, "Yo, Canseco's gonna be there, like
Yeah,
on
the
a podcast."
podcast, yeah.
So
Yeah,
he's like,
hell
try and go meet him. So I was like, all right, I have to.
And
go,
now,
you know?
now you're gonna go back and say, not only did I
Yeah, and it's funny.
meet
'cause-
him, I got on the podcast.
Yeah, and it's funny because like 2 weeks ago, I just finished reading your book. Like he's like, dude, read his book.
That book came out like 10 years ago.
Yeah, but
11 years ago.
I never read it.
Better
but-
late than never, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. But
Okay, so you're a martial arts expert.
not expert, but
Well, you know
Black
martial
belt,
arts.
yeah. I'm doing it 10
Black
years.
belt's pretty goddamn good.
yeah. And I know you're into martial
So,
arts too.
yeah, but I'm old. So, tell me, did you come in here to meet me or buy marijuana?
No, I'm not. Honestly, I'm not really into marijuana.
Yeah?
But
do you like this place, though?
I use
CBD,
the
they got great
yeah.
CBD here.
I know it's good for the joints and
Yeah, for
but
sure.
yeah, I'm not.
I was trying to figure out if you get high on marijuana, how is it when you fight? Do you
Yeah.
lose like depth perception or?
I mean, you know, like
How does
maybe
that work?
being like more relaxed helps. You know,
But no, I just
I don't
like
think
the
it, I don't
reaction
think it
time.
meshes.
because you know when I used to train with the Diaz brothers.
Yeah,
So
yeah, they're
I'm
all
trying to
good.
figure out, how these guys now. When I train with them,
Yeah,
they actually with this kind of jujitsu stuff, and I'm 270 pounds, right? But when they grab you, they're little, skinny, but
Yeah.
they're strong.
yeah.
I mean, they're like wiry
Yeah.
strong. So they're really strong. I'm like, holy shit, what the? This guy's tying me down.
Yeah.
He weighs 75 pounds less than I do. But it's got me in this hold. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
hell? So,
And
but they smoke
jiu-jitsu's-
marijuana all the time.
Yeah, and jiu-jitsu is like more about leverage.
Leverage,
so,
right?
Yeah. So
Yeah, he was leveraging me, all right.
But
And-
there are, to your point, there are like a lot of pro football players that
Yeah.
admitted they played high,
Right.
which I never understood that either. Like, I don't even think I couldn't be high and play basketball like casually. Like,
I
it would
couldn't
ruin
even
any of
talk
it.
to
The
you if I
idea
was
of
high right
the
now.
idea of like working cardio while you're high. You know what I mean? Like running, sprinting.
I just want to take a nap.
To me, it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit at all.
Hey, you know what's funny is we stayed up. Me and my brother stayed up to watch his MMA fight too.
Oh my, which one? Hungman Choi?
Hungman.
Oh my god!
Dude.
Did you see that?
Hey, you know
See how
what?
big that man is?
Yeah, he's like 7'2".
He's 7'2", 400, and literally almost shit myself.
Yeah.
He is so
I got you.
big, and if I stand, you're tall. You're like 6'4".
I'm like 6'2", 6'3".
Okay, so I'm 6'4".
Here, hit on that mic.
Yeah.
Taller than you
Got
are.
you.
Yeah.
Good.
And I'm 265 right now.
Yeah.
He made me look like a little twerp.
His head's like
Yeah, he's got
Like,
that
huge.
nicest guy in the world. Big fan of mine. He shook my hand afterwards. He picked me off the ground. Are you okay? we were like, oh. So really nice guy. Huge fan of mine. Shook my hand. He said, I'm a big fan. I'm like, gee, thanks for beating me.
Yeah, you're like if you're a big fan, maybe lose.
Maybe just fall down and faint.
you know what sucks though is like when no one talks about it, is like that. I remember that was like a heavyweight tournament, and then they had like
Super Hulk.
supposedly they had
Yeah.
they had random like draws for the brackets, but you got like if you would have got Bob Sapp, I think
might
you
have had
would-
a chance
I
with
think you
Bob.
would have. I think that right hand he threw, I think that's knocking
Did you
Bob
see how
out.
hard I hit him?
Yeah, that was clean.
I hit him with everything. I lunge jumped, sucker punched this man, and he took it. And when I looked up, I went, "Oh my God,
You know, this isn't good.
Yeah.
this isn't good." And then I'm looking around, saying, "Where can I run? Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide."
Hey, but I just want to know what was why'd you wear those tight pants?
Oh, because I had a really bad knee.
Oh, okay.
So when I negotiated the deal, they were going to allow me to wear a knee brace. I had
okay.
a torn ACL.
Uh huh.
But right before the fight, they had me take it off.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm like, oh my God. Now I got a bad knee. I can't wear my knee brace that had the metal bars.
Uh-huh.
And I'm basically fucked.
Yeah.
So when I walked into the ring, I either said, I'm going to have to sucker punch him and get lucky, or he's
Yeah.
going to kill me, or my knee's going to give up. If you look at the end of the fight,
Yeah.
I walk around, my leg folds backwards.
Yeah, I seen you like
I
limp.
grabbed
yeah.
my knee, and I'm like, my knee's gone. He got on top of me, and he just raped me prison style.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that big guy and you're in prison and he's saying, you're my
No, I
bitch?
can't. I can imagine. I don't
You're
want
gonna
to
be his
imagine. Yeah, that's
You
crazy.
will be his bitch.
That's
No,
cool,
it's
man.
not.
Well, thanks for
Oh,
stopping.
can I ask a couple more
Yeah,
questions?
Yeah, go
couple
ahead.
more.
Do it.
Yeah, I
You got
got
5 seconds.
All right. So does anything go on this?
What?
Does anything go on
Anything
this one?
goes. Whatever.
Go
You
ahead.
want. Yeah.
We'll
So
just
you,
pick
I
up.
remember you were on the Celebrity Apprentice.
Yeah.
Did you have any how was Donald Trump? Did you have any stories or anything behind the scenes?
No.
or
The
just
only
way he
time,
acted?
no, the only times we actually saw him was during the board meetings and when he gave us our task. That's it. There
That's
was
it?
no interaction off cameras, nothing, no, zero. So I don't really know him in that sense.
So you never really
no.
had like a one-on-one with him, like
No.
conversation? Oh,
No, it was really strict, and it was a lot of work, a lot of on your task and production stuff.
Yeah. All right. Another question. So
Milking it. I like
yeah,
it.
I'm
He's
trying
milking
to-
it.
I'm- No, I'm
You want me
interested.
to
I'm
take- you
interested
want me to
in
take
this.
off?
I'm
Is that-
interested.
you trying to take my job?
Me and Jose got
take
this.
off and we'll do the show.
Oh, because
We
you know
can-
jiu-jitsu, you're just gonna muscle
Yeah.
me out. Is that the idea?
No, I'm not as good as
You gonna
talking.
threaten me
no.
with violence? Is that what's happening right now?
No.
It's gonna rip your prison
Respect.
style.
Respect. All right. So I read in your book. I know it's old book, but you said PED testing will never catch up to steroids but then recently I seen your interview with the Schmo and you said no one's taking steroids anymore.
Well,
What
because
made you
people
backtrack?
no, not backtrack. People are scared. But here's the thing, because now they have testing for the average use of certain PEDs, but there's certain other chemicals out there like gene doping, growth hormone that they really don't have testing for. But here's the key. When there's so much money to be made, I'm pretty sure somewhere down the line, you're going to get some mad scientist chemist going to say, okay, I've created this muscle-enhancing chemical that cannot be detected and prove it to athletes, and it might start all over again. But the issue was that, back then, the steroids that were already out in the market and the steroids the players were using were being detected already.
That makes sense.
It's legit.
Yeah.
5 seconds.
Damn, I have one more question. No.
He wants his 15 minutes of
Yeah,
fame.
I want-
He wants
No.
all of it.
He's
No,
taking
I'm-
all of it. I like it.
I'm just
I like
here
your
to-
style.
I just want to talk to Canseco.
That's
man.
it.
Yeah, talk
That's
to me, man. Tell me.
Yeah.
What else? What else on your mind?
All right, so you say I've actually been fascinated by how people say steroids or in your book you say GH and testosterone could increase longevity, but then you look at bodybuilders and stuff, but you see them older and they look really bad.
Well, you got to
know
remember
what I'm
something. It's dose related, people.
Yeah.
These people give PEDs, growth hormones, a very bad name because your liver can only filter so many liters of whether it be liquor, whether it be marijuana, or your lungs do that, whether it be any type of digestive system. And these people just intaking so much. There's a right way and there's a wrong way of doing stuff. And you see these bodybuilders walking around at 5'10", weighing 320, 30 pounds. Come on, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But if you use it the proper way, if you use it with prescription, because they are illegal, people, and if you monitor it through a proper physician, yes, it
Why
could
is
be.
his voice changing?
Yeah, proper physician. Then they'll be okay.
Sounds like a doctor.
And a sponsorship by.
All right, cool.
So that's the difference. Yeah, thanks for hanging out.
Oh, thank you, man. Thanks
Yeah.
for having me.
Wait, I got one thing. So
Yeah.
you're a black belt in
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
It's like
Have you
grappling.
fought professionally yet?
No, I want to start doing MMA. So I'm going to do some amateur fights, get more experience, and then I want to...
Okay, how come you don't have the badly ruptured ears? You got actually nice ears.
They say that translates to your technique. So if you don't have good technique, if you're not a wrestler, wrestlers they gotta
a lot of
slap
rubbing,
you.
a lot of friction.
But jiu-jitsu, if, there's certain spots where all right, that's gonna mess up my ear. So
Okay,
This
cool.
year has a little more than that.
a little
right?
bit, yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's
I can
barely-
tell when I look at him. He's a
Yeah,
pro
It's not
fighter.
bad. Yeah, so anything you want to go? Let's go train tomorrow. 10
You,
a.m.
you know how old I am.
I just talked.
I am
Hey.
brittle. I will break. And you ever heard that I fall and I can't get up?
Yeah.
That is me. I invented that saying. I have fallen and I cannot get up.
I just got done teaching this morning, and there's the 5 guys in there were 58, 60. And you're in
Yeah.
way better shape.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I've had 11 surgeries related to sports. Let me tell you, I'm barely going to get out of this chair when this is all over. So I might have to do some CBD oil by the
Yeah.
gallons of it.
All right. Final question. So do you still take the proper dosage of steroids just to body?
I'm actually on testosterone therapy. I've been on it for. Did you ever see my show that came out 15 years ago called Last Shot, Jose Canseco.
Yeah, I actually.
So
do that.
from there, they put me on, and then the chronologist, University of Miami, put me on testosterone therapy because my testosterone levels would not come back normal.
Yeah.
So I am hooked for life.
For life, right? Nice. Cool. All
right, buddy.
Thank you guys.
Cool,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Yeah,
You know,
for
it's
sure.
awesome.
Good meeting you.
I'm gonna tell my brother. He's gonna.
He's gonna trip. Yeah,
he's gonna be
trip.
pumped. Dude.
Tell him.
Thank you,
Get
guys.
him.
You tell him, hey, you
I
want
need-
to
I need a
listen to me?
picture.
You listen to the podcast.
I need to get a picture.
Yeah, for sure.
See you afterwards.
That was cool, man.
I'm glad we didn't piss him off. He would have killed both of us.
Yeah, I know. I was sort of inching backwards after jiu-jitsu because I didn't want to get in a sleeper.
So you know this. I've been in martial arts for probably 40 years. If you ever get into a fight with an individual, or an argument, the first thing you look at is their ears. If their ears kind of have like a ruptured cauliflower look, you better run.
Run.
Because
Run
once
for your
once they get you on the ground, they're going to put you to sleep.
That's right. That's right.
I've always said
That's
that to
why you were
people.
checking.
I look at the ears, goes, can I buy you a beer? What's up, buddy?
yeah. You go. Instead of all the hostility, what are you,
Yeah,
Bud
my
Light guy?
fault.
Coors
Sorry.
Light, Miller Light?
Yeah, what do you want? You want a car? What do you want? Lamborghini? Anything you want.
That's great, man. All right, so we're gonna take a break. We're gonna take our first break. This is gonna be the end of part 1.
That was good. We did a good job.
This is gonna be the end of part. I think we did a good job. This is the end of part 1, but we're gonna continue this into part 2. So for those of you listening, thanks for listening. Share it. No Way Jose. Find us on iTunes, Stitcher, everything. Download, share, all that good stuff, and come check us out. You're gonna hear part 2 next week.
No Way Jose. Whatever that means to you. What does that mean? I don't know.
We didn't really define it, but we like it.
It could mean a lot of things, like Jose,
No way Jose-
no way,
yeah.
Jose. Like
Like
no way, Jose. You're going to talk about that subject matter.
Oh, I see.
No
or
way,
yeah, you did
no
something
way,
wrong, like no way,
What
Jose.
did you do wrong? What did we do wrong? What did we all do wrong?
Right.
Why is there politics? What the fuck's going on wrong? There you go.
Yeah, that's all. We'll figure it out. At least we have a name. All right, we'll see you next week.